Indeed, the South Africans truly know how to celebrate. They went out there, they came, and they conquered. Tokyo was the place, and of course, going back to Johannesburg was indeed joy for all those who truly love rugby. South Africa have gone out there, and indeed, just as it was written, they say the choice of who really should hold that trophy is rewarded. On that note, I welcome you to a show that truly should hold its own, ABC Sports Live. That's what it is. So much to talk about, so much sports stories going around. Then again, the joy from Johannesburg can be ignored. We will, why not, still continue to extend our greetings and our, warm heartfelt for those players who really went out there in Asia and, of course, brought glory back to Africa. Call your friends and neighbors and tell them it is time for us to do it again, live from Heritage Studios, where we will at least spend 2 hours telling you what is happening in the world of sports. From the under 23, only yesterday we saw fireworks, I would say, out there in Egypt. We will give you all that happened there. Just hold on for us. We will tell you exactly how things has been. And of course, the EPL all kicks off again this afternoon. Yesterday, we saw Norwich and Watford. Watford haven't been on before then, haven't won any game at all. They were struggling, but last night, I think there were 2 stories to be told. We will also come to look at that critically. The Fédération Internationale Football Association, talking about FIFA. The under-17 is still on. We will get to also take a bite, if not a dose, of what the cadets are doing out there. Friendlies are cropping up. We will look at the female football friendlies, and of course, where it behold. And if there's any other thing, we will fly to Africa to see exactly what is happening. We have results of some African, fixtures, and of course, we also have fixtures itself. We will find our way in Abuja, where we hope to see exactly what is happening with the Nigerian Premier League. These and many more, only if you stay with us. As I have said, I won't change my name, but on the day I do, you will be the first to know. Chris Obukwalo is my name. Delighted that you are joining us. Nice to know that you could find that time to really cuddle up to us and have us. Why not? Let's share this breakfast together. It's a sizzling hot one, if you ask me. Without wasting time, let's tease you this way. The CAF Under-23 championship has since started only yesterday. Let's give you that opening ceremony and, of course, give you the first game of that game. Egypt confronting Mali in that fiesta. The opening ceremony of the Under-23, Egypt versus Mali. I'll get to Sultan. Stay with us. That's how it ended out there in Egypt. Mustafa Mohammed, if my brain serves me right, born 28 November 1997, made his debut when he came in as a substitution. That was the 23rd match. And that was his first one for his senior team. I think it's a nice one for him. And of course, the Egyptians are beginning to reckon with him now. And the Pharaohs are beginning to understand that this might be the striker they have since been waiting for. That was the game for the Under-23 game. Talking about the Under-23 championship, which has since kicked off out there in Egypt. So Cameroon, also played Ghana. And that was the second game. But before then, that was the game you just saw, was the host country, Egypt, playing Mali. 1-0 it ended after 90 minutes of proceedings with Mustafa Mohammed giving the Egyptians that 3 points that they truly needed. But for now, I won't. Why not? For those of you who said that we'll stop, no, we won't stop there. We will give you the second game talking about Ghana and Cameroon. So if you are one of those are the countries, Ghana, Cameroon, take a bite of the highlights of how it happened yesterday. We'll get to return. Stay with me.
Can these two hit the ground running? First ever appearance for either in the third edition of the Under-23 Africa Cup of Nations, and straight from the off it's Cameroon looking to hit the front. Into Sony, turns well. The rebound comes, and that's surely a free kick as well. It's the right foot, and it's an absolute stalker. Well, he came with a huge reputation from the number 7. Ghana with a bit of space here. It's come to the main man, and it's just hit wide by Cameroon. Habib getting caught under the ball. It's a beautiful ball by Sony. Surely this is it. Well, the ball is falling into a great area. Well, it wasn't necessarily quality, but a huge goal for Ghana. Well, the short one taken, it's a huge, hopeful punt, deflected, and it just this moment, hats off to Ghana.
That was how it also ended in the second game. 1-1 after 90 minutes of proceedings. The Ghanaians still in a point. Just at the time minute. 87 minutes it was, and just 3 minutes to go. One have to be clever on how these points have been shared. But today, I tell you, more games will be played. It will be the time for South Africa and Zambia to tackle on. That will be the second game of the day. I think it's 6 p.m. UK time, for those who are watching from the UK. Wherever you're joining us, you can at least make your own time up. So South Africa on the 23 will confront their Zambian counterparts. It starts 6 p.m. and London time. But before then, it will be the time for they say the Olympic teams of Nigeria, those who will go out there and emulate what we saw in those beautiful Atlanta days, 1996. Can they? Anyway, today is that big journey. They say big journey starts with one footstep. That footsteps will be against their Ivorian counterparts. They had their hand full. 3 p.m. is going to be 3 p.m. UK time. So I'm supposed for those watching from Nigeria, it will be 4 p.m. So the Nigerian team will confront their Ivory Coast counterpart from 3 p.m. We've been told that the players are all gingered up. They want to show how exactly they can get to Tokyo. But then again, last week we showed you Mwakali, who I'm being told is now the coach. He's now the captain of that team. He said they are ready to go. Today, permit me to also go a bit further Let's introduce Tom Dele Bashiru. If my head's, I think he is one who is with Watford, and of course he was born in the United Kingdom. He's now with the team, and in Egypt, he said they're all rallying to go. But let me not say all that he has said. Rather, let me give you that clip so that you hear it from the horse's mouth. Tom Dele Bashiru speaking about the tournament. We get to return. Stay with me.
No, it's a nice place. The weather is really hot. I haven't really had the opportunity to see much because I'm always in camp, but I've heard good things about it, and I'd like to explore soon. That was a great experience. Obviously, the first time I got to represent my country. I learned a lot of things, you know. Scoring on my debut was a great feeling as well, and I just felt like I could use the competition to prove to people how much of a good player I am. I think there are a lot of players that play abroad that would love to play for Nigeria, but maybe haven't had the chance or opportunity to. But I think it's a great feeling, and it's a great honour to play for this country. So hopefully in the future a lot more players playing abroad will choose to play for Nigeria. It's another great honour for me. Obviously I moved to Watford during the summer, but I haven't really had that much of an opportunity to play there. But I've been training hard, working hard, so I'm really proud to have been up for selection for the under-23s. Yeah, the team is very good, very talented, work hard together. Yeah, it's just full of really talented players. I think we can go far in the tournament, and I'm looking forward to playing alongside these players. Yeah, I think we can go all the way. I don't see why not. I think we have the quality, and we just need to work hard in the games and don't underestimate anyone. Nigeria are held in high regard abroad because they've had great players over the years, and they seem to do well in the African Cups, but not so much in the World Cup. But I think the future will be great for Nigeria because there are a lot of players now coming through that are choosing to play for Nigeria also, and also homegrown players as well. I tell them to not rush into making any decisions. Obviously, it depends how old they are. If they're still like between 14, 15 onwards, and they haven't made a decision who to play for yet, they shouldn't really rush into the decision. But when the opportunity comes up, it will feel right. When you choose, they'll know when they've made the right choice. They'll know. I can't choose, you know. I like a few. I like fried rice and ewa.
The streets up. Yeah. Okay. Wake the streets up. Okay. Come on. Okay. Wake the streets up. Yeah. Okay.
Chop no could chop. Infrared. Crazy, you know, you were just having fun, isn't it? Smile. Let me know you're happy with me. You can always tell what somebody drove to a comedy show by the way they sit down. That brother in Agbada there, please stand up for recognition. See, they clapping for you. They didn't know you came with Uber. Range Rover, isn't it? I just like to make you happy a bit. You know, she's here. You know, just to I see you adjusted your shoulder. Who bought the VIP? You or her? Just let me see who else is in the hand. I see the brother we have there. I see your cap. Respect, boss. Open his face, yeah? Because you don't know who's watching.
Tokyo 2020. Hope you will be part of it. Those athletes are already getting prepared. As usual, some won't. We know who we're talking about. 3 months to the time they begin to get their hands prepared, running like headless chickens. Hope they will learn and learn very soon. Anyway, before we left you, that was a very beautiful one coming from a team that is really ready to go out there. Talking about the Olympic Eagles. Tom Dele Bashiru, he said Nigerians are ready to do battle. Remember, they have their hands filled tonight. They will, hopefully, get victory. But then again, victory starts with the urge for you to really succeed. We will bring you the highlights of that game and we will see you again next week. But we're still here. We still have a lot of time to talk sports, at least another hour. So tell friends and neighbors if they can't. We're also streaming live on Facebook, on YouTube, all platforms, I have to say, just for you to take a bite of the Breakfast Show, ABC Sports, live with yours sincerely, Chris Obukwalo. So much still to talk about, but before we, roll on, let's quickly remind you that Dan Aziz, a young man who really has shown passion, has shown that he can, why not, do it for his country, with his rooted country also in his mind. He was here last week to tell the world how good he is, and of course, to also show that he wants that support from you. He will do it again at Bethnal Green tonight. I will be there if you can. Why not? Join us. Gates open at 5:30 p.m. Dan Aziz, we need your support. Dan Aziz, we need you to be there to cheer him on to get to the promised land where he always wants to be. We will bring you reports of how it all ended next time when we see you on ABC Sports. Moving along now, I know the ladies have always complained, Chris, you don't talk much of us talking about female football. Why not? Let's talk female football. Let's run around a bit. Tomorrow it will be Japan playing a friendly match against their South African counterparts. South Africa, the female team, Bayana. They are now in Japan and they are running to do a friendly game. It's good, I have to say. The Nigerian team have to perhaps follow exactly the lead of South Aisha Falode has to buckle up, if you ask me. I know sometimes her hands are tied to what to do, but then again she has to keep pushing. Japan plays South Africa tomorrow. It should be a good one. Also on Tuesday, Czech Republic, that will be in Prague. We'll have Czech ladies play England. On Monday, we'll have America play Costa Rica. These are some of the friendly matches that the female national teams are playing. Talking about America, only yesterday they played against their Swedish counterparts. Brilliant football was played. I tell you, when ladies begin to play like men, you begin to wonder, when did they start the training? Anyway, let's give you the highlights. America confronting Sweden in a friendly match. We get to return. You see your program, ABC Sports Live.
Adenike era for the United States women gets underway from the frozen tundra of Montfrey State. Successful year against an opponent that they are used to playing at a very high level. So who can make that good first impression and who can try to leave 2019 with a good taste in their mouths? We're underway with Adenike. An own goal in the World Cup off of this 1v1 matchup with this exact type of setup. It's a corner on this one as Anna Anderson was defending her there, and the U.S. an early attacking chance.
And it's a direct ball out of the back.
Gonna run it Anderson there. Gets a foot, another U.S. corner. Just a couple hours up. 2-0. In France this summer, Lavelle to the near post off the corner. And it'll be cleared away for the Swedes. The headlines in Sweden coming. Pressuring, but Hertig able to get around her, and Hertig now cutting in. Lost her footing and lost coverage off the first touch. Early ball, press, has Lord in the middle. Here comes the cross, Carter Lord, 1-0. Took him just 5 minutes.
And not a bad start.
Went back to defend for Sweden. Again, a header on frame. That was from Lloyd, and comfortable save in the end for Hedvig Lindahl in her 169th international appearance. Casey Short running at Kuhlberg on her international debut. Just poked that away. Third corner. And it's Short. Got a cross away. Sabra there. Glass, the right back, trying to get a cross in, and does run there for Aslani. She's going to get there. Her ball into the middle. Dangerous attempt. That was Sonnet there with a big tackle right in front as Hertig. Thought she was going to have Sauerbrunn. Held in though. Sigiata Oma getting an attempt away. It's a comfortable first involvement tonight for Alyssa Nair. For Laxdenius, took the touch on Short. She'll get a cross in. It's popped up in the air. Nair's able to get there in the end. Again, it was Lena Hertig with an opportunity.
Sweden starting to knock on the door. She's got Sonnet to her outside. It's not going to reach her, though, as Anderson gets it away.
Sonnet.
Well, Peter Gerhardtsen, the Sweden coach, was immediate. There's Jakobsen again. They're working on Casey Short a lot up that right side for Sweden. And that's going to be out for Jakobsen a chance. The flag will come up, though, for offside. Out. Short trying to recover. And able to recover the good tackle. It's going to be out for a corner.
But it's that combination on that far side.
Heath out wide as well. And Lavelle just takes the bump there from Lena Herzig. In swinger now. Came off the back of Herzig. Bouncing out. To clip it in. Lloyd was being held there. She felt limited minutes-wise, aware of the very long season, particularly for Herzig. Quickly going to clip that in behind Sauerbrunn. Got just enough of a touch and short to clear it. Now in for Press, who made the run, cut back cross, and around there was taking a bump there. Couldn't do anything with it. European Championships in the summer of 2021. Picks it back up. So that's all that. Lavelle across the middle. Press cutting it back herself. And it's in for a goal. 50th international goal for Kristen Press. The 12th American to reach that milestone.
This goal is so good, and it starts with the defensive setup. They're in their 4-1.
That's not what he would have been hoping for so far. As Lonnie steps in and gets caught there by Horan.
And to be fair,
and there might be a third coming as Lloyd gets on the end of the clipped header. Oh, what a goal that is. What a finish by Carly Lloyd. 3-0 United States. Giveaway to Kristen Press. Lloyd to her right. Lavelle's the trailer. Press wanting this one herself. Comfortable save for Lindahl. Short now drifting inside. Lloyd making the run, sitting on a hat trick now, but alert to that was Lindahl to get there. And Lavelle wants it. Horan to her left instead. Cut off there. It's good recovery by Maxtenius in front of her. Gonna get it now. Sauerbrunn trying to close the angle. Clipped into the middle. No one there though. So Heath standing over it. At the end of the traffic and the header. Coming up on our AT&T halftime report. Sarah, Alexi, and Heather will return. Running with her. Bouncing off the one tackle. Got it in for Maxtenius. And Paul Kemper was there to make easy work of it. Lawrence again takes a hard bump there. And they're going to call the trainers out immediately at the break. Here against the number 5. Cutting inside of Short is trying to recover. The angle, Blackstenius flag's going to come up here for offside. She drifted in behind. The other players subbed off here at the break.
Their first change.
We'll see how the U.S. can. The left back will swing in this corner to the traffic. Sauerbrunn was up for it. Will do it. Had 3 first games, including her 2 interim stints. The ball slid in there for Glasgow, sliding over by Sauerbrunn there. Defender now looking to cut it in. On the turn, Horan lost her footing and put it right at Lindahl in the end. 4th save for her tonight. And she'll clip in another dangerous cross towards Blackstenius, popped in the air, and there's going to again cutting back. Again looking for space, lost her angle now. And will win a corner out of it in the end.
that's one of the reasons she plays on the right side of that midfield. It's a
Lloyd rather the cross. Took a redirection in behind. Sullivan on that fly.
just connection defensively between the midfielders.
As ever, how do you translate the things you know? Out for a Sweden switch. Williams crossing the deck. Heat saved again by Lindahl. 6th stop of the night for her.
And And incredible work from Tobin Heath. She's the one who initiates this play and then springs into the attack.
To the top, flag staying down. Lavelle surveying her options from a narrow angle. She went for it herself, and Lindahl got a right paw on it to keep her out. Jakobsen short goes to ground. Able to cut it back for Glass, who couldn't control it cleanly. She tried to stop the attack with a foul. And no advantage play there by the referee. The return, Sonnet on the run. Flipping across into the middle and played in behind there. Magdalena Eriksson play. Rose Lavelle. Comfortable save. Number 7 tonight by Hedvig Lind. Assist. And we'll clip it in. Stabbed away. One of these subs while they're defending the set pieces. Age of 21. Quickly, Lloyd past one defender, takes the bump from the second, trying to cut it into a dangerous area in the middle. Williams was close to it. It's going to be out for a corner. And so
My college coach always said, don't go through the legs. The other players got the body.
Few running it on Gloss. Who blocks the cross after yet another U.S. corner. It goes for Jakobsen now. And her cross off the knee of Sauerbrunn out for a corner. To the end as the U.S. is looking to break out. It's clipped in here now. Rolled back in front, and there's a goal. It was Bjorn on the cutback, and it's Alvegard who's celebrating the goal there. Been scoring tons of goals in the Swedish league, and with 15 minutes to go, the Swedes are on the board here in Columbus.
And still be brave and play out of the back. Can you still be smart in the decisions?
Up there, and that ball came up over the top, and now Sauerbrunn and Nair not on the same page. It's an empty net. It's a second goal. Alvegard there as Jakobsen played the ball inside. And all that good work from the U.S. at the back tonight undone in pretty quick succession, and all of a sudden it's a one-goal game.
And one of the few times they've tried to play.
Well, what's he thinking now? First half, you said he would be just stepping forward to pick off the pass. Jakobsen goes to ground. Short went down as well. It's going to be a penalty. Third of the night. And she puts it up over the bar.
That was how it ended when America confronted Sweden only last night. Beautiful, beautiful football, and ladies truly doing it out there. I tell you, it's something to behold, and they have really shown that female football is something to reckon with for those who are serious with sports, and of course with sports and business, let's put it that way, because some just don't take it seriously. It's still your program, ABC Sports, with yours sincerely, Chris Obokwalo. So much to still talk about when it comes to sports. Let's remind you that Japan will play South Africa, and that will be later tomorrow. Also, we'll have on Monday, America will be confronting Costa Rica. These are some of the games the female nationals will be playing. Czech Republic in Prague will be meeting England. So much to really direct off. If you're joining us, we have actually moved forward since talked about the under-23, and of course those who will be playing today and those who played yesterday. We will also be looking at those brilliant moments for South Africa, who are returned after their heroic performance out there in Tokyo. Moving on now, and let's talk about something that could give joy to plenty. We're talking about the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Some have since come and gone. Some can no longer hold their own. The messages I'm getting for the Eaglets is something that not really palatable to read on screen. Papa Eagles and all of that. Anyway, they are now in the quarterfinals, and all African representative has since hit home. Simply means they're not good enough to continue. And the quarterfinals will continue tomorrow. Tomorrow being Sunday. Netherlands, a team that made nonsense of the aspirations of the Nigerian team. They have their heads high against Paraguay. Nigeria left that competition beaten 3-1. They couldn't actually, because they're falling back all the time. And of course, they're looking at teams that are truly good. You can't really fall back with teams that are really good. It's disappointing that ex-international Ndoka Ugbade was there, and I'm not sure what input was really done. It's nice for us to see ex-internationals coming to be on the bench, but we could like more. From everybody who sits on the bench, especially technical abilities, because for me, for once, it was like it wasn't working with the technical abilities. Although the media, they have all gone out in anger, many calls for the head of Garba. Although the Nigerian Football Federation has since warned that nobody's getting a sack letter yet. We will follow that story. We'll see how all of that will pan out. But indeed, it's sad beginning for them. So they will be confronting Paraguay. Paraguay is a team that defeated Argentina 3-2. It ended in their own feet with a red card being bashed out to them, I tell you. But I have to say that good football has since been played for the under-17. We have seen some young stars actually come out there to show skills. Also, tomorrow, South Korea will be confronting Mexico. And on Monday, and when I mean tomorrow, I mean Sunday. For those of you, I'm not sure where you're watching around the world, but I need to make it clear. On Monday, it will be time for Spain. Spain will be meeting France, and that game is another cracker to behold. And host country Brazil will be meeting Italy, and that will be also on Monday. So that will has balanced well for quarterfinals. The semi-finals and all that followed will be done on Thursday. So it's unfortunate Africans have to look back at what is truly wrong, what is really happening. The cadet teams are not getting it right. Perhaps one should begin to work on the grassroots, if you ask me. But, then again, there are so much fightings in terms of the federations. Who is leading who. And there are, talks of embezzlement and African stories. And as we know, I'm not sure who is leading the Africans now, the CAF. I believe it is FIFA. So it even means that, please, let's not go there. It's something laughable. And you want to get those who are truly serious and who has business-oriented minds to look at, football that really can bring a revenue to countries. But we keep waiting to see what the CAF team can do. But grassroots is good. That's where that one should really look forward to. If they can, leave the infrastructures and allow these kids to do what their strengths could allow. I think Africa has that talent. And when I mean talent, I mean raw talent. You just need sharpenings. And, the sky will truly, even above that, be the limit. It's still your program, and of course, we just sincerely, Chris Obukwalo, and we will so much to still give you. Perhaps we take a break now. When we come back, we'll still look at other issues that are rambling on. As you know, the English Premiership comes alive again today. We will also be looking at other African teams, talking about the league. We will come to also to look at the Nigerian league. How far? Why now? Why start now? We will look at everything that is happening actually in sports, because there's so much on my table. But how many are we going to give to you before we draw the curtain? Only time will tell. Stay with me. I get the returns.
Hello and welcome to the ancient port city, Fuzhou, China Open. Oh, brilliant! My goodness me. Missed golden opportunity. Oh!
Break the streets up. Yeah, yeah. Okay, wake the streets up. Okay, come on. Okay, wake the streets up. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I'm not with the chop, knuckle chop. Infrared. This, you are just having fun, isn't it? Smile. Let me know you are happy with me. You can always tell what somebody drove to a comedy show by the way they sit down. That brother in Agbada there, please stand up for recognition. See, they are clapping for you. They didn't know you came with Uber. Range Rover, isn't it? I just like to make you happy a bit. You know, she's here. You know, just to I see you adjusted your shoulder. Who bought the VIP? You or her? Just let me see who else is in there. I see the brother we have there. I see your cap. Respect, boss. Open his face, yeah? Because you don't know who's watching.
Welcome back. It's still your program, ABC Sports, with your sincerely, Chris Obukwalo. 2 hours spent every Saturday talking sports, and that's your breakfast. We hope you will all the time come to us from 10 a.m. We'll round off till 12 noon. That is UK time. And for those of you watching from other countries, so much has been said, and of course, others are also looking at their leagues. One of the leagues that started late 2019, if I may, is the Nigerian Professional League. We have been following the Nigerian League. Plenty have complained. Plenty have said one thing or the other. The media are asking questions. Those of you who are also watching us have been sending letters, emails about the Nigerian League. Today we decide it is time for us to truly, a man who has shown passion, a man who has given his all, to bring him into the forum, and really, why not give him a bit of a drill, if we may, to know exactly what is happening with the Nigerian League. The fixtures is what is on your screen right now. Fixtures of how things are going to be this weekend. Last week it all kicked off, and this weekend, although some matches are postponed because of affairs which they have. But we'll come to look at all the fixtures. But for now, it could be nice for us to fly to Abuja to speak to the chairman of the LMC, the League Management Board. The company, they are the ones who really take care of the Nigerian Professional League. Going to Shehu Diko, but I'm not sure if we have Shehu on the line at the moment. We will. I've been told the link the link we will have with him has since slipped off. So we will try again to see, because he was with us just a few minutes before we climbed into the studios. So what we're going to do now is perhaps revert back to Jegede. Jegede is Shegu Jegede is will be coming in and to talk to us about the under-17. Remember when I took the break, we were talking about the under-17 FIFA World Cup, where the Nigerian Eagles didn't really put it well. But for now, okay, I'm being told Shegun Jegede of Utmost Sports a company is here with us, so why not? Let's talk about the under-17 and exactly what happened before we go to the Nigerian Professional League. Sorry for the mix-up there. Shegun, welcome to the program. It is your program, ABC Sports. How are you? I don't think I can hear him yet. So what we're quickly going to do right now is perhaps technical. When these things get technical, it's really frustrating, doesn't it? Anyway, I think at this point we'll quickly take this. We're going to be a very quick break so that we sort out the technicals that we have here. Then we'll come back to you and truly get going with ABC Sports. Please stay with us.
けぬ夢たちポケットの中丸めた地図今広げゆこう昨日に乗せた頃君に届けたい途切れることのない愛で
Indeed, we're truly sorry for the mix-up there, but it pleases our mind to, welcome a man who can hold his own when it matters. We hope after this he will. My very good friend, Shehu Diko, the chairman of the League Management Company, a board that truly takes care of the Nigerian Premier League. Shehu, how is Abuja this morning? Welcome to the program, ABC Sports.
Well, thank you very much. My pleasure. I'm happy to be with you again. Everything cool in Abuja at the moment.
Perhaps you guys are having the same weather we are having here in the UK. I tell you, it's freezing. And what is frozen, I have to say.
No, not really. Yeah, the weather is warm, and so it's cool for us. Very cool.
Brilliant. Without wasting time, let's quickly talk about the Nigerian Professional League. Many have asked the questions, why are we starting late? I mean, this league could have started a long time ago, and it's like a snail trying to get into a hole. This has taken almost a year. What's happening?
No, not really. People are not being fair to what we are trying to do, or maybe they don't really sit down to analyze and maybe ask questions. Remember, we make a decision last year to change our calendar from February to November to start August to May, because CAF have said everybody have to do that. So we made that decision. So therefore, we decided to play an abridged season for the 2018-2019 season, which started and ended in July. But women are as far back as December 2018 to say that we will start the 2019 season in January and will end up in June, and then we hope to start the 2019-2020 in September, October, because we are changing the calendar so that we can finish by May. And that was what we tried to do, but unfortunately, the issues, the distractions, and what have you, no made us to. So we made the decision to start in September, but that couldn't happen. So we now moved to October, and eventually we now started in November. Why? Because there are many issues. Apart from the issues that were going on, there are issues of most of our sponsors that were working with us have contracts that are valid. For example, the payment dates are February and November. Telling them that making payments and stuff like that in August, September, like about 6 months before they are due. So that have taken a lot of conversations and stuff like that. And then we are trying to also put some new transactions in place to going. So really, that's the hitch. But what I know and what I show the fact that even though we didn't start the time we wanted to start, like a 5 weeks delay, it doesn't affect the finishing date. We only have more midweek games. Initially, we want to start September, no midweek games in the season, but now we have to play about 4, I think, to 6 midweek games between now and May. Finish in May as we plan to do, and I think so far so good, I guess.
Good. Shehu, okay, congratulations. The league has since started. We've played one and without much fuse. But then again, if I can, from what you're saying, you said, the league is starting late just because of the distractions. I bet the distractions has to do with, the pull and push of, one or two calling you and some of the board members, talking about the Nigerian Football Federation board members, fraudulent, and saying that you have embezzled money. I know the court have taken its course. You have to say something about that, don't you? Because plenty of people no longer trust the Nigerian Football Federation. They don't trust you either, so perhaps that's why they are going back. But then again, the court have decided otherwise. Your thoughts?
No, not really. We from the beginning we keep everybody these issues that were going on trump up. people that are trying to create distractions, people that have lost elections, and the only way they can fight the system is to create this kind of toxic environment. We have the NFF, the LMC, everybody has been very, very transparent. Go to the FIFA website. The Nigerian Football Federation are one of the few federations that have their accounts or state accounts published on the website. So what do you mean by that? The Nigerian Football Federation are part of the federation that are publishing their accounts in the newspapers. Likewise, the LMC have all their accounts in our annual reports and stuff like that. So that's never been the issue. We all know everything is just to get this distraction, and the issue is to attack the private parties, the sponsors that are sponsoring the NFF, the league and stuff like that, because they believe the kind of success the NFF is coming through under Amajupini, getting into private sector, the LMC trying to do so much as well. So there was some people just wanted to dread that process. And now you can hear what the court says. The court says at the beginning that all these matters are political. The second thing, the court even said, why even if these matters are in court? So the issues are discharged and acquitted and dismissed, which now show clearly that what NFF has been saying is very, very true. The fact that despite all these issues, none of the major sponsors were pulling out from the NFF or stuff like that. But at least that would have delayed some commitments that we have, and that would have delayed some new transactions that we're trying to put in place. Because nobody will see a house on fire and we try to go enter the house. The sponsors to see how far this is going. And you can see the milestones that have been achieved within a few days after this milestone. You can see the transactions that have been announced from the LMC side and stuff like that. So we show what I've been saying is very, very correct. And it's just unnecessary distraction that shouldn't have happened in the first place, and we don't. At the end of the day, everybody has been vindicated by the courts. And the records are there, and also nobody has to point anything to say this is what this is. They just keep mentioning all kind of amounts of money that never existed. Imagine the crowd. Somebody said like 4 billion is missing from the NFF on one day, and the courts found that the whole year the NFF didn't have 1 billion in that account. So how is that possible? We have to close that house open and leave my landmines here and there to declare, but at least the truth has come out and indicated. And I hope in the future, Nigerian football will not kind of with this kind of issues.
Good. Shehu, again, let me throw another congratulations and that you have been given, the freedom, saying you did nothing wrong, you and your men on the board. Does that simply means that the sponsors are now going to cuddle up to you, and what that simply will perhaps bring on will be the televisions and the radios also all coming around? Because, the Nigerian fans who lives in Nigeria and those in diaspora wants to see the Nigerian league. What are you doing to perhaps stretch this and make sure that this is done?
Well, we just have a meeting with on Tuesday. Wednesday, last Wednesday with our AGM. There's a possibility of we have an offer on the table with the new partners that we're discussing with. That first and foremost, we will start to make sure we get all our matches produced, because the production is an issue here. You are part of us in Africa. You know the challenges of infrastructure. So we get all our matches produced, the best possible quality, and then see how those games will be distributed across all platforms, both the pay TV, the free-to-air, streaming, and stuff like that. So I think that is the plan, and that will ensure that these matches are across the world, and everybody now could be part of it. Just yesterday, the partner signed the first partnership with one of the big telcos in Nigeria that will join the project to ensure that these matches are taken to the widest possible coverage possible. And we are starting with the OTT, which make it possible for the matches to go all over the world, and then from there we go to TV and stuff like that. At least we have a very, very fantastic deal on the table, which is the full commercialization of the rights pertaining to the NPFL. So I think the future looks very, very bright, very, very good. In the coming days, I think the partners will be briefing the press, and the whole package and the whole structure of the transaction will be unveiled, and that will make it very, very interesting. I think we are coming to the point where we are solving this problem, and then Nigerian League will be as will have the much eyeballs we want to see following the league across the world. We're happy for them.
Let's hear it from you in terms. I know you have sent a bill to the presidency, and I'm not sure if that bill have been signed. But then again, what actually is the point of this bill, and how can it help Nigerian football in general?
Well, the biggest problem of Nigeria is a conflict between the NFF statutes and the Nigerian laws and stuff like that. All the people that are constantly around Nigerian football will come and tell you, Nigerian law, NFF statutes, FIFA statutes, creating all kind of conflict, going to court, going to another court of law for national big ways. So, the National Assembly, the 8th National Assembly, decided to pass the NFF bill. The NFF bill is trying to write the NFA Act, the Act 101, and then come up with a bill that will resolve this problem, and also create the enable environment for the private sector to be part of. And so it's not trying to control football or what have you, football for the private sector, but providing the legal authority to do that. First and foremost, what that bill does is now recognize the NFL as the supreme government to run and govern football in Nigeria in accordance to what FIFA has approved and stuff like that. So issue of conflict of that will not happen. It has now recognized Nigerian football as a national asset that should be given all the support by the government to ensure it's survive. It now recognizes that Nigerian football should be organized and managed in line with what the statute says. It now recognizes that people should not take ordinary football matters to court of law. People that participate in football should be able to resolve their differences, what have you, through the alternative route mechanism provided in the football jurisdictions. It now provides possibilities for how the NFF secretariat could be organized like a private sector business, getting the kind of qualified people to come and join. Not what we have now, mixture of public and civil and private persons. Even if they are going to have public servants, they should come to NFF on a proper contracts. That will not hinder their public service job, but also they will give them what we need. So all that is being resolved. And the fact that there is also clear-cut provisions in the bill that allows the government to give fees and waivers, tax rebates and stuff like that for anybody who is sponsoring football. So that will ensure that the football is clearly get the private sector involved. And the fact that also the bill seeks to ensure transparency more, that the NFF have to publish their accounts, how to open the books, have to do everything so that it makes it more transparent and more better for the stakeholders to be part of it. And fundamentally, by getting the status to be part of the law, of Nigerian law, nobody tomorrow will come and be challenging FIFA or challenging decisions like that. So everything now will be streamlined, and that is it. And then a clear-cut process on how the government can even support the public broadcasters with money to be able to acquire rights from the football family, so that they can show those rights to Nigerians, and then be able to get money across to the football system. So all that has been put in place, and how the NFF can be able to receive any support from the government if necessary, So all that is done. So I think the bill is a game changer that will take the football to the next level and will avoid all these issues that we are just discussing now will be virtually eliminated, and everything now will work the way it should be. I think going forward, this bill will be the benchmark where other federations, other countries will be adopting into their law. I'm sure about that.
Interesting.
So hopefully we are hoping very soon the president will sign it off, because all the work has been done by the National Assembly. It remains to be transmitted to the president for assent so that it can become law.
Good. I know the president is one who, when in the UK, he also watches the African channel. So I can assure you that he's listening. He's listening to all the aims of why he should sign that bill.
The president has been very, very supportive of Nigerian football. I can tell you, we have not had a president who has supported Nigerian football the way he has done over recent times, because there is nothing that has been taken to his table about Nigerian football that have stayed more than 24 hours without getting approved. And so the only delay we have is that I'm not going to his table. But the moment anything about Nigerian football on this table, the president is always express approval. In fact, at times we even get more than what we ask, so which means we can imagine the support we get. And I believe when the bill gets to him, to get the same kind of treatment as well.
Good. Okay, on a final note now, if I may, the Nigerian Olympic Eagles, they have their hands full against an Ivory Coast side. Your thoughts for that game?
Well, I think, we are the defending champions, so we need to do well to make sure we did well in the tournament. Both the ministry and the NFF are doing everything possible to push the team to ensure they deliver. You can remember in the last Olympics in 2016 in Brazil, the Nigerian football team, the Olympic Eagles, are the only team that got a medal for Nigeria, the bronze medal. So the football is one of our sure banker of getting a medal in the last Olympics in 2008. So we can. We have won the gold, we have won the silver, we have won the bronze, all from the Olympic Games, I guess. So I think it's something that everybody is working very, very serious about it, and the team have been given all the support they need to do. The minister was calling me, how far is there anything to be resolved, anything to be done? All their issues are trying to be resolved, including pushing down some of the allowances that need to be pushed to them to be quickly delivered to Egypt. So I think they should be focused now, knowing that whatever they want is being resolved, and to know that they are defending champions, and so they have to deliver the Olympic ticket first before we can start talking about winning the tournament.
Brilliant. Shehu Diko, thank you very much for joining us. Truly appreciated. And of course, we wish you the very best as you take the Nigerian League to the next level. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, brother. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks. That is Shehu Diko. Shehu is actually the chairman of the League Management Board, those who put the Nigerian League together. He also doubles as one who can speak for the Nigerian Football Federation. We'll take a quick break, a quick one it is going to be, because it's time for us to talk the EPL and where other games are happening. Some other guests are waiting for us on the line. We'll get to speak to them, and here is where you will be, and of course you take all the stories and munch all the beautiful stories that we have for you. For now, let's just do this. When we come back, so much stories to say. Stay with us, please.
Hello and welcome to the ancient port city, Pudong, China Open.
Wake the streets up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wake the streets up. Okay. Come on. Okay. Wake the streets up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Chop, no go chop. Infrared. Please, you are just having fun, innit? Smile. Let me know you are happy with me. You can always tell what somebody drove to a comedy show by the way they sit down. That brother in Agbada there, please stand up for recognition. See, they are careful for you. They didn't know you came with Uber. Range Rover, isn't it? I just want to make you happy a bit. She's here, just to, I see you adjusted your shoulder. Who bought the VIP, you or her? Just let me see who else is in there. I see the brother we have there, I see your cap. Respect, boss. Open his face, yeah? Because you don't know who's watching.
てる夢たちポケットの中丸めた地図今広げゆこう昨日に乗せた頃君に届けたい途切れることのない愛で支え合って I find breakthrough 明日向かい闇をかけて朝焼けを受けて I just dream さまよいながら見つけたんだ守るべきものを新たな光求め Never gonna give up その涙を無視しないで拭う強さ欲しい雑草のように揺れてさっそと生きてた変わりゆく季節願いは変わらない You find breakthrough きっと誰もが探している進むべき道を You just dream 一人じゃないからあるがままに時にわがままに自分を信じながら Never gonna give up
Welcome, it's still your program ABC Sports Live with yours sincerely, Chris. Oh, Bokwalo. So much to still keep scrambling to see which we interest those out there. But if nothing else, we stick with that which truly matters, and that is the EPL. Only yesterday we saw that Watford, truly, even away, went to Norwich and had their own points. That really brought joy. First victory for this year, if you may say, or in the start of the league, and that has given them the 3 points that they truly deserved. 2-0 or 0-2, if you want to put it proper. It ended after 90 minutes of proceedings, and with the captain back, he showed them so much zeal. They needed that victory, and that has actually leapfrogged them. He living in Southampton and other Norwich down there. So it's all kicking off now. Let's see how this afternoon will look like. It's looking good, I have to say. Chelsea, they all have their hands full. Chelsea, and this afternoon will be playing Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, a team that has defeated West Ham. West Ham never good at home, but perhaps Burnley, that's a very good one they will have to consider, talking about West Ham. But first we will discuss Chelsea, but before we go to that, let's quickly run down the fixtures for today. Burnley will play West Ham, Newcastle, another side that I'm not sure if they are coming or going really. We'll play Bournemouth. Bournemouth is the team that played with United fortnight ago. Southampton, Everton, Spurs. One could only imagine how Son is feeling after that, horrific injury, which if my brain serves me right, clearly not his fault. I'm not. Although he was given an instant red card, but the EPL has since, turned that off. So I think he will be ready to play this. I hope he's in a very good, great mind to tackle this. They will be playing Sheffield United. Then where it matters for the evening, if nothing else, Leicester, a team that can have borrowed ideas from City. When they score, they want it to pour like water. They will be meeting an Arsenal side that I don't know. Has Mourinho, had any touch? Is he coming back? Has there been any discussions? The Arsenal side, we have to look at this critically because we're not sure what's happening. Plenty Arsenal fans are not happy, but we hope that they can find that tonic that they truly deserve. Because going to Leicester is a dicey affair. They need to know exactly how it is. Anyway, the tables are looking fresh. Nothing has changed yet. Most goals scores. This is what it is for this season. City, I know they are running with the goals. Perhaps they know too well that if it comes to the final finish, the goals will help out. Leaving their opponents, talking about Liverpool behind. They're still scoring. That's why I'm saying that Leicester are having other ideas. They're also coming with the most goals. Chelsea, as you know, Crystal Palace, they have them today. They're also, hammering from fourth and third. And the surprise input will be from Aston Villa. Are they trying to make Europe? Is that the plan? We'll get to see. We'll get to see all of this. It's interesting when this statistics begins to fall in, and that these strikers all want to wear a medal. Some changing positions of where they truly could be. It's still your program, ABC Sports, with yours sincerely, Chris Obokwa. We will again, take a time out. This time around, let's speak to the manager of the month. Talking about Lampard. The coach of Chelsea, but he is the manager of the month, and of course he was talking about today's game against Crystal Palace, and he also talked about him being the manager of the month. But before we take that, before we take that, why not let's bring in our Chelsea experts. Let's bring in our Chelsea experts who should give us a clear head of what we should be expecting in this afternoon's cracker. Chelsea against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, I have to say, are dangerous most times when they go away. You never can tell what they have in their kitty. So if our Chelsea expert is ready, one who also, technical man for the Nigerian Football Federation, always joins us on the program every Saturday. Tunde Adelako, if we can get him into the program, it will truly be exciting. Tunde, nice to have you on the show. I tell you, this afternoon should be a good one. Chelsea have their hands full against Crystal Palace. How about that?
Yes, absolutely. They have their hands full indeed. It's a game that we're looking forward to because we know that it's going to be difficult. It's a London derby, and when it's a London derby, the form books go out the window, and it's all about performance. Crystal Palace have chalked up more points away than many clubs in the Premier League, only beaten by 2. They have gone to Old Trafford, and they have gone and done very well and won there. The falter at home, they play very well away. So we're aware. We've had a few scouts against Crystal Palace over the last few seasons. We've seen Chelsea a few more times as a league than any of even the top sides in the Premier League. So it's not going to be easy. Chelsea is on a roll at the moment. They're on a high, playing well. But the true strength of character of these youngsters that Frank Lampard has put together will be today against a plucky, very physical Crystal Palace team.
Good. Tunde, last week we were talking, I said, was Lampard the right guy for you? And you said, yes, definitely. Congratulations to him. He is the manager of the month. But then again, another issue has risen. And this time around, people are asking the question, what's actually the problem of that goalkeeper? Zeba, what was he doing? Tell me, give us a clear head of exactly